Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we're going to be previewing the Commanders game coming up against the Seattle Seahawks. That game is going to be in Seattle, so it's a tough crowd. But on Sunday, if you want to join us here on the What the Football channel at 4:20, maybe we'll make it 4:25 if you have something to do at 4:20. So show up at 4:25. I do the play-by-play. I do live reaction. BH, of course, is going to be in the live chat for you guys to talk to him. And yeah, it's always a lot of fun. So, BH, we got the Seattle Seahawks coming up. What do you think?
Yeah, man. West Coast trip. Those are always kind of tough. I think the one thing we can do is we're hoping that last game was a trend where they got just motorboated. I mean, they just got crushed. But I think realistically, I think they're a lot better team than that. I think they're going to bounce back from that. They're going to be at home. So they're a solid team. Their record shows it. I mean, all the way around. I mean, we're going to have our hands full. We talked about the injuries. I mean, on our end, I think it's just Curtis Samuel questionable. So at this point, I don't know if he's a true game time decision, but he might be. And I mean, on their side, they had a list a mile long, but at the end of the day, I mean, it really wasn't. I think they have one backup guard that's pretty decent, isn't going to make it. But other than that, I think everyone's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah,
well, that's good, man. Their defense, they just got run all over, and they actually aren't that bad against the run, to be honest. And they have a great addition. I think it was from the Giants. It was Leonard Williams, the free agent they signed. Now, I think that might have been his first game with them. But as he gets going, I mean, I think they're going to be stiff up against our offense. They've got good DBs. I'm just kind of wondering if their philosophy doesn't seem to be. I mean, they'll blitz and put pressure, but if they seem like the kind of team that's like the Giants or the Ravens, where they're constantly blitzing and bringing people in. I don't know that that's really their style.
No, they just play a rock solid defense. They're not showing you too much. I don't think they blitz very much. They probably feel like their defensive line can handle what they need. And they do, they throw Jamal Adams will blitz every now and then. He likes to do that.
Yeah.
So, but they'll do it. They run like sometimes a 3 and even a 2-man D line. And so when they show you the 2, you kind of don't know what they're gonna deliver, who the other 2 people are gonna be rushing. So, but that's good for Sam.
Yeah, that could be tough. So yeah, they got run all over too by the Ravens. They just ran on them. So I mean, we talk about it. Be good in this game. We're always every week in, week out on offenses. We know we can throw the ball. We know we got good receivers. Howell has really shown that he can get the ball up and move downfield. But on the road, boy, it'd be nice to see if we could run on them. And also, like using the screenplays as a running play, bubble screens, sort of like it's like a running play in a way. You're just doing it a different way. Jet sweeps, whatever you got to do, mixing those in, I think they don't do it, but every week, man, is get some design runs for Sam,
right.
Safe runs, design it where you run everything one way and let him sneak out and let him judge how far he wants to take it before he goes out of bounds, every little bit. So it'll be kind of interesting because, I don't want to end up like Buffalo and the Giants where we were back passing 48 times and a ton of pressure coming on our O-line. And, it just looked bad. And Sam got, beat up and took a ton of sacks. So, I mean, teams watch that kind of stuff. They've seen that before. So, yeah.
Right.
So I don't know what you think.
Yeah. I think the balance between the run and the pass isn't very good for our team, but I think they've been trending in the right direction. It has been a few more runs every week. And like you
Mm-hmm.
said, I consider the screens as a run. I really like the draw play that we've been doing. It's been really helpful. I really like the I formation with Alex
Yeah.
Armon. I mean, some people were saying it worked really good. I didn't really think it was all that great, but it has potential, and I like that. I love a fullback, and so if Coach watched what the Ravens did against their defense in the run and try and copy a little bit of that and get that run going, because like you said, the DBs for Seattle, they're pretty good. Quandre Diggs and what was that? Trey Flowers, and they got some good.
Yeah.
They got some good linebackers in there. They still got Bobby Wagner, I believe. He came
Yep.
back. That Jordan
Yep.
Brooks
He's still there.
is really
He's there.
good.
He's still there.
So
Yep.
it
And
would
then
just be a
that young
matter.
DB, Tariq Woolen.
Oh yeah, Woolen. Yeah, he did really good last year, but he doesn't seem to be. They were all over him last year, but
Yeah.
this year he's kind of. I think he's had a couple of minor injuries. So I say
Yeah.
just keep playing what we've been doing and find your opportunities. Uh, keep that run going, keep those screens going, keep them draws going, and try and pull in the tight ends a little bit more. I mean, we rely on Logan Thomas a lot, but I don't see why we don't have Cole Turner in there and John Bates in there more. I'd like to see some more of that too. So just like I said, just continue what you're doing, but a little bit more running and maybe some more tight end play and try and take your long shots when you can.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be good. And Sam continues to grow. This will be a big challenge for him. You know about Seattle, the
Hell
12th
yeah.
man on the road.
Yeah.
It's going to be rain, 75% chance of rain, which is not surprising.
Right. From now until next March.
Yeah. 75%. You know that.
Oh yeah.
The wind isn't bad. Wind is only 6 or 7 miles an hour, and the wind is the big deal. I was kind of looking at a lot of. I actually saw a guy talking statistically about, how weather affects games, and rain, not much, snow, not a little bit. You'd be surprised because a lot of times you see snow and you see rain. Obviously, there's turnovers, but really, as far as offenses goes, they continue to move the ball, and it's not a problem. It's the wind that's a problem.
Mhm.
You start to get to 16, 17 miles an hour, along with the 22-mile-an-hour gust. Now you have a problem.
Yeah.
That's going to really mess up anyone's passing game. So anyway, they're it's typical though, 12th man and rain. So they'll have their hands full.
Yep.
So
It's going to be loud.
it is. Yeah. And now, what do you think now? Our defense up against Geno Smith and their offense.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think they do pretty good. They've got a pretty solid offense. They've got who's their running back Walker, and
Walker. Yep.
yeah, they got DK Metcalf out there. I can't stand DK Metcalf. I think he's a punk. I'll say it right here on this show. I think he's a crybaby. I think he's a bully, and I'd like to see him be covered. He's a strong, tough 50-50 guy, so I don't know who you put on him. So, you really don't want Forbes going up with them. You know what I mean? That ain't going to match up. So you want to put a St. Juice or
Yeah.
somebody like that on them. And then, of course, I really like Tyler Lockett. He's a good route runner. Ever since he started on that team, he's been a big plus for them. Gives Geno something to throw to on the long down fields. But just keeping Geno contained, make him make bad decisions. Yeah, just make them work it down the field and just create those opportunities. Don't let them long passes get past you down the field. You need them to have long drives, and they will make the mistake, and you can capitalize because our defense needs to capitalize on some mistakes here. We need some interceptions. We need that defensive
Yep.
line to get some strip sacks. We need to get some of that shit going. This is a pretty important game right here. Not that they're all not, but this one is kind of one of them hinge games. It's like, motherfucker, if you don't do something now, we're screwed. You know what I'm saying? There's a team we're going up against. Could be if you beat them today and later on down the road, the tiebreaker could be the win against them because we could be going up against them. Same with Atlanta. We got lucky and beat Atlanta. There's another tiebreaker there, but
Yep.
the defense really needs to not let those big plays get by us. Play that soft 2-man high, and make Gino make decisions and contain their run. It's pretty simple if you ask me.
Yeah, it really is. And Gino, man, he had such a great year last year, but hadn't been the same this year. And
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of struggled a bit too. I'm not sure, what's going on. Maybe teams have been able to see him in this offense, to see the scheme, and you've got a lot of film. It's, they do that, and you can start to get an idea of a guy's weak points, where you can push him, what you can do with them. And so maybe teams are just starting to figure it out a little bit because, man, they got some good like you said, good wide receivers. I mean, the rookie Jackson Smith Najigma, he's
Oh yeah.
up and coming, man. He's
Yep.
really good. That's a guy. So we get burned by a lot of those smaller, deep guys. We've had that kind of happen to us. So and the run game is pretty good. Although once again, Walker, I don't know if it's injury related or what. He stumbled a bit. They've got Charbonnet, the rookie from UCLA, has been
Mm-hmm.
coming in. That's a great looking running back right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little all purpose. I think they're using him a lot in the passing game right now. Even though he's a big, strong kid, he actually was really good at catch. Kind of like a Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette, surprisingly, for a big back, is actually a really good pass catching back. So Charbonnet is a guy they'll mix in. It's going to be interesting to see second game without our defensive ends that we traded away.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a lot of the YouTube stuff, and I watched a lot of the plays, and there really wasn't. There was good pressure. I mean, the whole D line was pushing in, including our defensive ends, but there was really no breakaways. No one could really get away from the O lineman. Casey Toohill couldn't, James Smith Williams, they could not get around. They couldn't loop through. There was no breakaways at all. And so it was kind of concerning because, Casey was going up against the backup left tackle.
Yeah.
And that guy pretty much met him every single time, and Casey has a great motor. And when he got tied up, he just pushed him into the back. So it was great. They did keep pressure on Mac Jones and collapse his pocket. And the only time we did really have success that way was when KJ came in, and the poor guy gets around and gets called with the worst. But yeah, and that's universal, dude. You go anywhere on the internet and everyone's just can't
Mm-hmm.
believe it. It's the
Mm-hmm.
dumbest call in the history of the NFL.
Yep.
Just stupid. And by the way, I saw on Thursday night, I was watching that game, and I saw the quarterback from the Bears get, how guys rush in and the guy throws, but they give him a push with their hands. It's not an elbow. It's not bad, but just push him and knock him over. Saw a guy do that. No penalty. Then I saw one guy grab him and sling him to the ground as he was throwing. It wasn't anything over the top, and I wouldn't have called pass interference. But I'm still looking at those two plays going, well, you didn't call those on pass interference where the ball was clearly gone,
Right.
and you slung the quarterback to the ground, and you gave him a good hard push to the ground. To me, no harm, no foul. Those are nothing. But compared to what happened to KJ, but yeah, I really do. I do want to see more of KJ in there and the other young guy we got, because we really, on these passing plays, we cannot just have our defensive ends getting stoned.
Yeah.
And maybe Jack will dial something up, like you said, a little bit of those looping plays, a little bit of something different, because you got to have pressure, and especially against Geno. Keep Geno under pressure, make him make mistakes. He's a good, solid quarterback, but you can make him make mistakes.
Yeah.
And with everyone being healthy, everyone's
dude.
out there. I mean,
Hell
David Mayo's even playing decent. I mean, he was out there filling in for Cody Barton and doing a decent job. We've seen Jamin make some great plays, and Jamin keeps growing this season. I really like to see this thing come together.
Yeah.
And this will be a challenge. I'm telling you right now, this game's going to be a challenge. This is a game, and this is another game where we cannot come in with that slow, take your time, don't worry. 10 minutes into the second quarter, we'll crank it up, bro, and we'll stick it to these guys. No, man. Don't come in letting them drive down on the first drive and score. Don't go 3 and out with 3 boring, stupid plays. If they start doing that, man, we might as well just cut the show at halftime because the writing will be on the wall.
Yep.
They can't do that.
Yeah. I'm excited for this game. I think it's going to be a good game. They're evenly matched teams, in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm just excited for it. I've looked at every video there is out there, and I get sick of looking at them after a while. They all just it seems like YouTube sends out a message, and 2 weeks ago it was, oh, we need to tank for the first round quarterback pick, and now this week, what is it? Sam Howell is our franchise quarterback. Every fucking YouTube channel out there says the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what does a message go out to these guys? And is a script pre-written for them or what? I mean, every single one of them, franchise quarterback. It's only been a couple weeks.
Everyone
been playing pretty good. But they're all screaming franchise quarterback. There's such knee-jerk reactions to this stuff. It's crazy to me.
You know what it is? You know what it is, dude? It's pure laziness, man.
Yeah.
They're lazy. They're sitting around, they're writing a story, then they read what this guy says. Hey, Sam Howell. They're looking in. Hey, he could be. They don't have to get a quarter. He could be their franchise quarterback. That's what it is. It's pure laziness, man. I mean, and I've seen articles written on, especially from written articles too, that look like people copy and paste.
Yeah. They're
just so lazy. I'll take this. I'll put a different header on it. I'll end it a different way, and boom, I got 3 paragraphs. And now I can go. I go skiing. I'm out of here.
Thank you. I appreciate you seeing that, dude. It makes me insane.
It's pure laziness, man. They're just there's a lot of good people out in the media for sure and on YouTube, but there's a lot that just gravy train the same thing. And like you say, they just run with it, whatever everyone's saying, and not trying to have an original thought. And and it's premature, the whole franchise quarterback thing.
That's the Sam's part about it.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's trending in the right direction, but too early.
Yeah, too early.
Yeah. And like we said, they all said they're tanking. And what we said, well, there's too many good guys on this team. Look at our receiving core. Look at our DBs.
Right.
There's too many good players to do a tank job. I mean, crappy teams can, when you got borderline crap teams, you can do a tank job.
Yeah.
Because you just don't have the player. You'd have to bench everybody.
Yeah. And look at where we are in the NFC.
Exactly.
We're number 8 seed.
Yeah.
We're going up against a team right now. If we can beat them, we knock them down a hair.
Yeah.
If the Vikings, they could easily shit the bed, we'd be ahead of them
without a doubt.
We already beat, and then there's just only a couple more people we got to watch out for. I think Tampa Bay maybe, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Now we have a hard schedule coming up ahead, but I mean, even Seattle's got to play San Francisco twice. They've got to play Dallas. They've got to play the Eagles. They've got a tough schedule coming up. Minnesota's schedule is kind of iffy. Unless they got a pretty decent schedule. They could do good. And so we really only have a couple teams that we need to watch out for, and moving forward, build on these wins. And let's get that mid-season win streak going. It's getting a little late in the fucking season. Let's go.
I know. Well, you know what? But to your point, when everyone was saying tank, you and I were saying, no, there's no setup here for a tank job. We didn't see it. And you already brought up before anyone was talking about it, as bad as things were, going, well, look where we are in the standings. No matter how we screwed up and no matter how bad we did, you said it, we're still right there.
Yeah.
You know? So,
and the same people who say tank for this quarterback coming up front. 2 weeks later, are now saying Sam Howell's quarterback franchise. Make up your fucking mind, would you?
I know.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
And when
saying?
you
Are we
look at
tanking for this quarterback, or is he our fucking franchise quarterback? Which one is it? So that's why you
yeah,
folks come here and you
yeah,
come and watch our show, man. We tell it like it is.
yeah. And don't tank for a quarterback. Have you seen the first round number one pick quarterbacks over the last 10 years that are dog poop? What? You want to tank for a guy like, who's that guy for New England? Mac Jones?
Yeah.
That's a first round guy.
Wow.
I mean, he's garbage. Nothing. I mean, who's the guy for Tampa now? He's on his third team. Baker Mayfield, number one pick in the entire draft, man. Nothing against the guy, but he looks
Ritter.
like Johnny Football. Yeah. Oh, Ritter. Yeah. Thank God he wasn't a first round pick. But don't tank for a first round pick, dude, because look at all the first round picks that are dog poop, man. Just play your game. And when your draft pick comes up, pick the best player available.
Yeah.
You know,
O-line.
I mean, yeah, no kidding. We'll do a show on that. Well, bro, I think we pretty much got it covered. And I think what you said was right. If you're just a football fan out there, this is a good game to watch.
Yeah.
These are two evenly matched teams. These are two teams that could go at it, and it could really I think it could be a really great game.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. All right, BH. Yeah, I think we covered it all. That's about all I got. So thanks, everybody, and join us Sunday for the big game.
Yeah, man. We want to see everybody out there. Chris, Mountain Man, V is coming back. Hopefully V will be in the chat. Wheezy D all there. Brett Hamrick will be out there. So everybody come on in. We'll get Cali Bills in there. Yeah. So it'll be a lot of fun, man.
All right.
All right, dog. Good show.
See you next time.